successful. We won both games. Second one was a tough one, but we know now the level that we're competing at is a good one. It's a high standard one, and looking forward to the day today.
And how do you see the other teams so far after
This,
the first day?
well, everyone had a little bit problems getting off the start because it's a new environment, new competition. You don't know really where the others are. Unlike in 11 aside, you'll have like a pre-match report of the teams. You know the players. Here, all the teams are pretty much new, and I think Japan is a pretty strong contender. Malaysia, obviously. Uh, I think Singapore doesn't look so bad. So it's a pretty strong group. I said if of the top five, everyone can beat everyone.
And how would you describe our team, this Azkals team?
It's a good one. It's a good solid one with good mix of all the players like myself,
Yes.
Misak and Marky, who are more experienced, and the group that is pushing into the younger boys. Jed, Amir, they're doing a very good job in supporting Andres Aldeguer. And then with Sato, the likes of the Tagik players, gives us a good foundation. So I think we are a pretty strong contender for this tournament.
Stefan, how would you describe the difference between the 11 aside and the 7 aside game? What's the major difference? Of course, the smaller field, but in terms of play and tactical tactics, so what's the difference for you?
Well, what helps us is I think 7 aside is a good mix between the usual 11 aside and futsal. So we have experts of both. Here we have Hamed as coaching us. He's pretty strong background from futsal. Darren, who is a very tactical guy in the 11 aside. So they bring both ideas together and work out to each player's strength, and I think that helps us a lot. As for the differences, obviously it's pretty fast. It's a more transition game. Every mistake can get punished, and you can never be sure because of the overtime that is added, or the comeback period as it called. So it's a good competition. It's a lovely competition. Really heads down to Anton and his group putting up this game and this tournament for us.
How about the physicality? Because there were quite some tense moments yesterday against Malaysia.
Yes, obviously, if you compress 7 players into a smaller pitch who are eager to win, then there will clashes happening. Although I think the one yesterday was a bit unnecessary, but it is just the way it is. It's part of the game in 11 aside futsal or 7 aside. After the game, everyone shook hand and everyone was pals again, so it's okay.
How about maybe the 7 aside game being bigger in the Asian level? How do you see that transforming in the following
For
years?
For the Asian game, for the Asian level, I cannot really tell how much it will push. I think it will have, unfortunately or fortunately for Anton, depends on the point of view. I think the 7 aside has bigger chances to get popular in the Philippines over the PFL and over, in general, 11 aside games, because it's faster, it's more similar to basketball. Filipinos love um, high point games, while in football we are more on tactics and really trying to control the pace. Here it's really back and forth, and it's more exciting. So I think it has a good chance to overtake the 11 aside football in the long run.
Can you describe the popularity of the seven aside in the Philippines? And I think this is a good way to, popularize this event, since we're more people are more inclined to the 11.
Well, Anton tackled or the 7 aside is tackling the masses. So with having no professional players, obviously that's a majority in the Philippines. That we have only 9 teams competing in the PFL, and the UAP is only, what is it, 6 teams only. So this is a small group. But while weekend warriors or people who wanted to pursue football but caught in the education, in the studies, they can pursue their dream now, and they bring obviously a lot of people because it's a lot more quality, a lot more quantity in that stage of football. So the support in the Super Sevens, for example, was really, really extraordinary for our first season. We had, I think, in average always 300, 400 people supporting for the first season. Then seven-a-side youth, all the mommies are there, all the daddies, the grandparents coming in together on a Sunday, supporting, watching the game, staying on maybe eventually for the Super Sevens. So the approach is really good, and I think it has a chance to really become very, very popular in a short period of time.
I think this is the first international event after a long while that you're bringing the name the Azkals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does it feel to be able to carry that name in the international level again after all these years?
Well, Azkals goes hand in hand with Philippines football. You can't deny that. You cannot take that out. And it's good that it's attached to something like the Sevens, where they're trying to build it from the scratch. I think when Boston took over football, it was also more scratch work than building on a solid foundation. That's what they're doing right now and what we're doing, and we're very, very grateful and blessed that we can be part of this one.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.